Welcome back to the Essay Desk, the writing masterclass for the UPSC Civil Services Mains Essay Paper. Today is our 13th masterclass, and we are opening a topic that could not be more of the moment. It is a line about instruments and older lights, about how much a thinking mind should trust a machine, and about the star that was in the sky before any compass was ever built. The family this topic belongs to is reason versus intuition, science versus romance. The paper has printed it in 2022, 2023, and 2024, which makes its heat high and its return next year almost expected. In the next 10 minutes, I will show you how to decode a topic like this, choose its dimensions, and write an opening the examiner will not leave. Stay with me. Read the topic slowly. The compass forgets what the star still knows. Notice that this is not a question and it is not a headline. It is a line of poetry the examiner has quietly borrowed from the philosophical tradition, printed bare, and is asking you to argue. The archetype is abstract. The compass measures a magnetic field, and it can be misled by iron in a nearby hull or by a broken needle. The star is a source, unchanged by the instruments that read it. Everything you write today has to hold this tension, not against the instrument, but beneath the older light. Before your pen moves, sit with the two words. Compass is a name for every modern instrument the age has given us. The algorithm, the ranking, the dashboard, the price signal, the pole. It is fast, useful, and derivative. The star is a name for the older lights. Conscience, doubt, direct experience, the moral first principles, the questions older than any tool. The tension is not that one is right and the other wrong. It is that we live in an age which increasingly confuses the compass for the origin. Your thesis, held to the last paragraph, is that an age must use its instruments carefully, but must never let them replace the star that told us which way north was before the needle was ever forged. The average essay stays on one lens. The top essay walks through 6. Start historical. Place a moment where the instrument had answered exactly, and the older star still spoke. The turn of a great ancient king after a bloody conquest is one such moment. Move to science, where instruments and questions share a deck. Then to technology, and specifically the algorithm, which is our era's most disorienting compass. Then ecology, because the compass of measurement is bright, while the star of the earth grows dim. Then the psychological, because the young are the first to feel this age in their nerves. Then a constitutional lens, because the country's own text asks for scientific temper and humanism in a single clause. 6 lenses, 1 argument. Anchors are not decoration. Each one must argue. Anchor 1. Ancient India. After the fall of Kalinga in his 8th regnal year, the emperor's accountants counted the deported and the slain. His compass had answered exactly. Rock Edict 13 records that the answer horrified him, and he set his ledgers beneath a higher light. He called the conquest by conscience. Anchor 2. 20th century science. On a ship crossing the Mediterranean in September 1921, an Indian physicist refused the settled explanation for the sea's blue. He carried instruments, But the question was older, and it led him to the effect that bears his name and the first Nobel won for science in a non Western laboratory. Anchor 3. This very month. In July, the country's highest court set aside a tribunal order that had rested on artificial intelligence generated case citations which did not exist. The compass had spoken with confidence. The star of truth had not moved. This is the single slide that lifts an essay from a good script to a top band script. Do not open with a definition. Do not open with a general statement about the modern world. Open with a scene. A courtroom setting aside a fake citation. A ship's deck in 1921. A king walking the field after Kalinga. Any one of these makes the examiner sit up in the first two lines. State the thesis in a single sentence before your first paragraph ends. Then let each of your 6 lenses answer a question the previous one raised. And when you close, come back to the opening image. If you opened on the courtroom, end with the star of truth that did not move while the compass had. That circular ending is where the mark is quietly added. Here is one line, freely adapted. The compass measures a magnetic field. The star is a source. When the instrument forgets, as it will, the essay writer, the physicist, the judge, and the citizen must remember to raise the eyes. Do not lift these words directly. Make them yours. But notice what they do. They name the tension in a rhythm, and they end on the human act of lifting the gaze. That is the shape of a closing line the examiner will remember. Let us gather the masterclass in 5 moves. First, decode. Sit with the words compass and star before the pen moves. Second, thesis. Write one sentence you will hold to the last paragraph. Third, dimensions. 6 lenses walking as one argument, not a list. Fourth, anchors. 3 real events, each interpreted the moment it appears. Fifth, the close. Return to the opening image. Leave the examiner with a line, not a summary. That is the masterclass for today. I know the grind of this preparation, and I know the days when a topic like this feels heavier than a whole optional paper. Please write the opening, even in 3 sentences, before you sleep tonight. If today's decoding was useful, drop your email in the comments or write to us at team@upscdesk.com and we will make sure you receive the full brief. Until tomorrow, keep the compass and keep the star.